We've got our first week of content drops in NHL 26, and in this video, we are going to break down all of the new releases, objectives, how you get these cards, go over the new team of the week, all of the new event items, as well as a new captain. Let's get into it. Let's begin with our first team of the week drop of the season, highlighted by the 85 Uri Slafkovsky. The 85 Uri Slafkovsky at 6'3", 225. The left-handed winger comes with Elite Big Rig and Specialist Elite Edges. 88 speed, 89 excel, 85 agility, so really good skating, as well as high 80s shooting, mid 80s hand stats, good body checking at 86 overall, so a well-rounded left-handed winger to add to your team. Now on to the 82s, which actually have some unique options that they provide, like Justin Barron, who can help with a few different line combinations. The right-handed defenseman at 6'2", 198, he comes with specialist tape-to-tape, as well as 86 speed, 87 excel, and like I said, he can go into multiple line combinations to improve that overall. He's got 86 body checking, which is pretty good, so there are a lot of people out there that could use this Justin Barron card. Tyson Forster at 6'2", 215, the right-handed winger comes with specialist ankle breaker with 84 speed and excel, so a little on the lower end of decent when it comes to skating. His shot is in the low 80s, as are his hand stats. Is a pure right-handed winger. Is a Philadelphia Flyer, so could help with the Sergei Fedorov line combination. Then we've got Damon Hunt at 6'1", 201. The left-handed defenseman has specialist truculence. This is actually a good card all on its own without any line combinations. 86 speed, 87 excel. He's got 86 body checking and specialist truculence. So actually a really good option here as well in the 82 Damon Hunt. Marco Rossi, the left-handed center at 5'9", 182, comes with specialist unstoppable, which is one of my favorite abilities early on in the game. 86 speed and excel, so decent skater. Shot in the low to mid 80s. Same with his hand stats. Is a pure left-handed winger in my opinion with only 79 face-offs. And then lastly, our goaltender for the week is the 6'4", 203 Artur Shilovs. He comes with specialist dialed in with 87 speed, which is quite nice. 81 aggression. I've talked about this quite a bit. I think that any aggression over 80 is probably a little too much, but nonetheless, he's got good size and good speed. Now, when it comes to the Team of the Week items, it does look like they are following the same format as last year. So to make the 85 overall Uri Slafkovsky, you will need to trade in 5 82 overall Team of the Week items, which obviously is pretty expensive early on. As it stands right now, you're looking at just around 20,000. You're seeing Shilovs fall a little bit below that. So again, around 100,000 coins to make Uri Slafkovsky. However, you are able to make the 82 overall Team of the Week items with a choice pack. It is one of 5 by trading in 3 80 to 82 overall player items, as well as 179. And this will give you a choice pack, which is important early on because I think a lot of those cards are actually quite usable. Like I mentioned, that Justin Barron, the right-handed defenseman from Nashville, could be paired with a Canadian like Morgan Rielly or any of the good left-handed Canadian defensemen, and he'll get a +2 overall boost, which is actually quite nice, so that fits well. Now, when it comes to acquiring the Team of the Week items that would be necessary to make Uri Slafkovsky, there are new Team of the Week objectives. You've got 4 objectives to complete, starting with the completing 5 sets, which will give you a 76 overall player item. And then you've got 3 other ones that will require Team of the Week items in your lineup. So making passes with any item, scoring goals with any Team of the Week player item, and completing 20 games. This can be done online or via Cup Chase. However, you are going to need a Team of the Week item first to actually start working towards this. So there are ways to get an 82 overall item for free. It is going to require completing a lot of the other objectives. So if you wanted to complete the Team of the Week objectives for free without using any of your collection of resources, you're going to want to start with the 2 new moment paths. You've got the weekly headliners. This is 5 moments to complete. They're very easy. This will take you maybe 15 minutes tops, and you will get 4 weekly headliners packs, which essentially just include 3 75 overall player items. But the final one, the weekly headliners players pack, I was able to get a 78 and 77 overall player item out of it. That one has 4 in it in total, which is important, but I'll talk about that in just a little bit. Once you've done those moments, you head on over to the Team of the Week moments, and in this moment list, you are going to get 1,000 coins for completing the first moment, and then the next 3 will give you 76 overall player items. The Justin Barron moment will give you a 78 overall player item, and then the Uri Slafkovsky one will give you a random 80 overall player item, which you are going to need to make your first Team of the Week item. So what you do once you've ripped collect all your packs and finish those 2 moment sets, you want to throw your 80 overall in here, and now you only need 2 more 80 overall and above items. You want to throw the 80 overall you got from the Team of the Week moments into this set, and then you need 2 more 80 to 82 overall items and 179. Next up, you want to go to the exchange sets. Into the player exchanges, all of the 75 overall items that you got from doing the weekly headliners moments, you want to throw in here. You should have enough to get 3 of these sets done, which will give you 3 76 to 77 overall player items. You then take those 76 or 77 overall player items and you throw them into this one to get a 78 to 79 overall item. You should be able to complete this once. So if you actually get lucky and get a 79 out of the 78 to 79 pack, then that would be the 79 overall that you would require. They need 1 of those to make the 82 overall choice set. So that would leave 2 80 to 82 overall items. But even if you don't get a 79, don't worry. Because if you head on over to the Check My Game sets, you want to go and do this set to get the remaining 80 overall items. So the initial one in the Check My Game event will require 3 78 overall items to get an 80 overall, which is the bare minimum required. So you would have got a 78 overall item from completing the Team of the Week moments, plus the other one you would have pulled from that set. So you only need 1 more to get an 80 overall Check My Game player pack, which at that point would mean you just need 1 more 80 overall item. If you want to go ahead and use your collection after doing all of those moments, you're going to come up just short, more than likely, to finish the Team of the Week set. But I would recommend trying to do it this first week, because you want to try and get the free 82 overall items from the objective list, especially early on. And the reason for that isn't because Slavkovsky's a great card, but the Team of the Week objectives were something that I basically just avoided because individually, they really don't give you that much. An 82 overall choice pack is fine, and there are some decent card options in there, but you want to try and save up as many of these as you can. If you can get a whole lineup of Team of the Week players, every time that this objective list comes out every week, you can finish it in like 2 cup chase games on rookie, like immediately. It was something I overlooked last year, and I didn't realize it until near the end. It's a very easy reward path to complete. You just need to build up a few Team of the Week items in your collection to do so. All right, moving on to some of the higher rated content from the week. We've got the 85 overall defending Liiga champs lineup with new chemistry bonuses for overall and AP. So let's go through these cards first. The 85 Yako Lanta, 5'11", 176. He's got Elite Quick Pick and Specialist Big Tipper. Quick Pick is a really good ability on any player. I thought it might be kind of useless on forwards, but they just knock down everything if they're in the passing lane. Big Tipper is just never going to be super important. It's nice as like a supplemental ability, so it could be fun, but it's just so situational, and you really don't need it. Now, Lanta comes with 90 speed, 90 excel, 91 agility, and 90 endurance. He's got 94 wrist shot and slap shot power and 92 face-offs. This is literally one of the best centermen in the game, so a strong start here. Next up, we've got the 85 Lassi Lapalainen, 6'2", 198 with elite wheels and specialist elite edges. The left-handed defenseman comes with 85 speed, 84 excel, making wheels kind of pointless. 85 agility, does have 90 balance and endurance, which is great for this stage of the game. His slapshot power is at 91. His hand stats are in the mid to high 80s. Decent body checking, 84 overall, as is his defensive awareness and stick checking. In net, we've got the 85 Stefanos Lekash. That's a hard North American guess on that name. 6 foot, 181 with elite post-to-post and sponge. Post-to-post does look to be one of the better goaltender abilities so far. 95 speed, which is absurd for this stage of the game. It is the most important goalie stat. 82 aggression, I've talked about this quite a bit. I think over 80 aggression might be a little high, but he's got 95 speed, which is interesting. He is only 6 foot, however. Next up, we've got the 85 Yuso Manpa. Yeah, I'm going to get dragged for these pronunciations. 5'7", 148 with all-star elite edges and specialist tape to tape. 92 speed and excel with 95 agility, 89 endurance, 95 shot power. Again, some of these cards are insane. 88 deking and 89 face-offs. Just another unbelievable card early on at the stage of the game. And then lastly, we've got Jocko Rissanen, 6 foot, 187 with all-star ankle breaker and specialist quick release. 88 speed and excel, 88 agility, 85 balance, and 87 endurance. His shot power is in the 90s. Hand stats are in the mid-80s. Does have 87 face-off, so a lot of good centerman options from this. Now, on top of them being unbelievable cards for this stage of the game, if you pair the two defensemen together, or any two from the same team, you get plus 5 AP, as well as an additional 1 overall if you pair 3 forwards together. So, obviously, extremely sought-after cards. However, the obvious issue is that you can't make any of these, and at the current time, there is literally 2 of them up. One of them is the goaltender, and the other, Lanta, has a 270,000 coin start price. So, major issue is that these are just in packs, which is obviously a pretty big letdown for a majority of the player base. Our other Check My Game release has the SHL defending champions with Liiga Hockey, with 6 more 85 overall items, as well as a new line combo with a +1 overall and 5 million to the salary cap. We'll start things off with the 85 overall Pontus Andreasen at 5'11", 183. The left-handed center comes with Elite Tape to Tape, as well as Specialist Quick Draw, which is a great ability we haven't seen enough of yet. 90 speed and excel, 92 agility. He's got mid-80s accuracy and 90 shot power, 85 deking with 90 passing, with 86 face-off rating. Quick Draw does make him very viable at center, however, so a pretty good option here. Matthias Brome, 6 foot 183. The left-handed winger comes with All-Star Elite Edges, as well as Specialist Quick Release, 88 Speed and Excel, 90 Agility, 91 Shot Power, 89 Hand Stats, is a pure left-handed winger. Next up, we've got the 85 Eric Gustafsson. The left-handed defenseman at 5'10", 198 comes with Elite Send It and Specialist Elite Edges, 86 Speed and Excel, 85 Agility, 89 Endurance. All these cards have really good endurance, which is nice to see on newer cards because a lot of the endurance ratings have been pretty rough so far. He's got a good shot in the mid to high 80s. His hand stats are great as well with 90 deking. 87 defensive awareness and stick checking will play. All in all, a very good left-handed defenseman card. Following him, we've got Ludvig Jansen at 6 foot 176. The right-handed defenseman comes with All-Star Stick 'em Up and Specialist No Contest, 90 Speed and Excel, 95 Agility with 95 Shot Power, 85 Body Checking, and 86 Defensive Awareness to Stick Checking. Again, Poke Checking is in a pretty rough spot. Stick 'em Up seems to at least help that a little bit, so this could be a half-decent card. Next, we've got the 85 Marcus Nurmi at 6'6", 204 with All-Star Big Rig and Specialist Truculence. Phenomenal abilities there. 88 Speed and Excel, 87 Agility, 90 Shot Power, but only 78 Accuracy on his slap shot, 81 on his wrist shot. Mid-80s hand stats, 90 body checking. So an absolute hammer on the forecheck. And then lastly in net, we've got the 85 Matthias Ward at 6'1", 172 with All-Star dialed in and Specialist Recharge with 93 speed, 82 aggression. So another great speed rating. But again, aggression over 80, I'm just not a super big fan of. Now, they too get their new line combination. So if you get 3 Liiga cards on forward, you will get a +1 overall to their rating. And 2 defensemen from Liiga Hockey will give you a +5 million to the salary cap, which is probably pretty huge for guys that have spent a ton of money in the game. 5 million to the salary cap is the biggest bonus you can get right now. However, just like the other release, it is very hard to get these cards. You can only get them in the auction house, and they're mostly going for over 100,000. You could get the goaltender right now for 90. Not worth it, but the one thing to remember, guys, is that these cards will stay in packs if it works like last year, meaning that you can pull these cards in November and onward. So just keep in mind that these should fall in price as we get further on in the cycle, but I would not rush out and make a line of these cards. You're going to go bankrupt doing it. We've also got a new Hut Captain's card for JT Miller being named the 29th captain of the New York Rangers. Gotta be honest with you, from an outsider perspective, stunning that JT Miller gets the captaincy, given all of what went on in Vancouver. However, he does just want to win, so there is leadership qualities in that. However, good news is you can actually make JT Miller. So in the captain sets, you can trade in 5 82 to 84 overall items and get the 85 overall JT Miller. Now, the actual JT Miller card, decent centerman. Again, if you get 5 other Metro Division players with JT Miller, they will get a +5 AP boost, just like all the other captain cards so far. He comes with Elite Quick Release and Specialist Unstoppable, which I love. He's 6'1", 218, only 84 speed and excel, so not a great skater, but still usable. His shot is in the mid to high 80s. Body checking is 88 overall, but he has 90 faceoffs, so definitely a viable centerman. JT Miller, not a bad card at all. And don't forget that you could pair him with another Ranger and an American, or 2 Rangers, and get a +1 overall boost. So because he is American, it's actually pretty sweet for Ranger fans. You could just pair 3 New York Rangers together and get a +1 overall boost. Now on to the new Check My Game event items with some pretty good drops early on. All right, let's start at the top with the 84 Sean Couturier. 6'4", 210, always a great center option. With All-Star Quick Release, only 83 speed, excel, and agility, but he does have 90 face-off, so his center rating is always pretty good. And again, Quick Release is one of the better abilities in the game. We've also got a new 84 overall Rupe Hintz, which is pretty impactful because he's one of the better cards in the game when you look at his attributes. He's got All-Star Tape to Tape. He's 6'3", 213 with 90 speed, 92 excel. Now, some of his other stats, like his shot and hand stats, are in the low to mid 80s, and he only has 82 face-off rating, but the big bonus with Rupe Hintz is that he can fit into some pretty important line combinations. Because you could pair him with 2 Blackhawks and get a +2 overall boost, increasing his speed that much higher, which would obviously go a long way considering his size. Next, we've got the 83 Andrei Svechnikov with All-Star Ankle Breaker with 86 speed and excel. Stunning, his skating isn't any higher because he is one of the faster players in the league. He's got mid-80 shooting as well as 86 overall hand stats. He's a pure left-handed winger, but with his size and decent skating, Ankle Breaker is a really fun ability. Next, we've got the 84 Andrei Svechnikov at 6'3", 199 with All-Star Ankle Breaker, 86 speed and excel with 85 agility. Kind of surprising his skating is a little bit higher considering he's one of the faster players in the league. He's got a really good wrist shot at 87 accuracy, 88 powers. Hand stats are in the mid-80s as well. He is a pure left-handed winger, but when you consider his size and shot, he's definitely usable. We've also got the 84 overall Shane Wright with All-Star Big Rig, 85 speed, excel, and agility with mid-80 shooting and hand stats. Is a pure right-handed winger. However, this Shane Wright card could be very viable for a specific line combination because if you pair 3 Canadians and a Shark, Canuck, and Kraken together, you can actually get +8 AP to your line, which is pretty impactful. So Shane Wright actually is a pretty good card to go on this line as opposed to some of the cheaper options just to get the 8 AP. So something to consider there with Shane Wright. Now, I do want to mention, if you're interested in any of the 84 overalls from this release, as well as like Jonathan Taves, for example, you can go to the Check My Game collectible sets, and the first set in there is an 84 overall choice pack. Now, this will be one of 2, I believe, and you might not get the 2 that you want, including Jonathan Taves. So just something to keep in mind. I really wouldn't recommend this unless you are dead set after trying to get one of those player items. It's just not great value. And again, if you don't get the cards you want, that'd be pretty tough. But all of them are quite useful. They are account bound, though. You won't be able to use them in sets going forward, only on your team. So just keep that in mind. On to the 83 overall. We've got Timo Meier at 6'1", 220 with Specialist Unstoppable with 84 speed and excel. Timo has always been a pretty rough skater. As a former Shark, he was one of my favorite players to watch. He does have good body checking at 84 overall, but just kind of a mediocre card. He's essentially like 83 to 84 across the board. Doesn't do anything special. Then we've got the 83 overall Alex Vlasic at 6'6", 217 with Specialist Tape to Tape, 83 speed and excel. So obviously a little bit more of a sluggish skater, but he is 6'6", and he is American, so he can be paired with an LA King to get a boost in overall. Good defensive awareness at 87 overall, and good stick checking at 91. I don't know if that will matter given the state of poke checking, but still, a very good defenseman for an 83 overall. Jalen Chatfield at 82 overall, the right-handed defenseman at 6'1", 199, comes with Specialist Warrior, 84 speed and excel with 83 agility, defensive awareness up at 85, body checking at 86. So again, nothing special, but could be usable. Then we've got the 82 Shane Pinto at 6'3", 204 with Specialist Quick Draw, only 83 face-offs, but again, I love Quick Draw as an ability. 84 speed and excel is on the low end of okay. Everything else is pretty mediocre, but he could be a decent like penalty kill option at center. Then we've got the 82 Vasily Podkolzin at 6'1", 190 with Specialist at Beauty Backhand, 86 speed and excel, also an Oiler, so he can receive some line combination boosts. Only 77 on the accuracy. Good body checking, 85 overall, though. Then we've got the 82 overall Nikita Zadorov with Specialist Truculence at 6'6", 248. Now, he is left-handed, so pairing with Char would be kind of rough just from a one-timer standpoint, but because of that +2 overall boost for having 2 Bruins, obviously a very good card here, especially because he could get up to 87 speed, only 82 acceleration, but again, that +2 bonus would be pretty massive. Body checking at 88 overall, 85 defensive awareness, and 86 stick checking. One of the better 82 overall cards in the game, in my opinion. Lawson Crouse is up next from the Utah Mammoth at 6'4", 214 with Specialist Truculence. 86 speed, 85 excel, only 78 agility, which means he is just not going to turn very well. Definitely a bottom of the lineup type with Truculence. Carl Grundstrom from my Sharks at 80 overall. He's got Specialist Quick Release at 6', 200. The left-handed winger has 82 speed and excel, so pretty rough to use him other than just line combination boosts or objectives. We've got the 80 overall Marcus Johansson at 6'1", 203 with Specialist Pressure, 84 speed and excel with 82 agility, shot in the high 70s, low 80s. Hand stats are really rough as well, so again, just an objective card. We've got Colton Sissions of the Vegas Golden Knights at 6'1", 200 with Specialist Quick Draw and 87 faceoffs, making him one of the better centermen. A pretty rough skater, though, with 82 speed and excel. Still very valuable with that Quick Draw and faceoff rating. Sam Lafferty at 80 overall. An interesting option here because of the Chicago Blackhawk line combinations at 6'2", 205 with Specialist Big Tipper, 84 speed and excel with 84 faceoffs and 84 body checking. The lower overalls, we've got the 78 Teddy Bluger at 6', 185 with Specialist No Contest, 83 speed and excel. This would just be a pure objective item. As would Ben Sherratt, the left-handed defenseman at 6'3", 224 with Specialist Quick Pick, 81 speed and excel, 76 agility. Purely a theme team or objective card. We've also got the 78 overall Tanner Pearson from the Winnipeg Jets with Specialist No Contest. Again, just an objective card. And lastly, we've got the 78 overall Parker Kelly. The left-handed winger comes with Specialist Spark Plug, just an objective item. Now, one last thing I want to bring up about the Check My Game event is this set, the Fresh Ice Exchange set. There is a timer of 1 day, 5 hours at the current time of this recording, so it looks like it's going to reset with week 2 of the Check My Game event. I really don't think that this set will be back, so the only way that I would recommend doing this is if you were dead set on making like Jack Eichel, because you are trading in an 84 overall Fresh Ice item, but the value of losing 2 82 to 84 overall Check My Game players, I honestly don't think it's worth it because of who's coming in week 2. And our last content release this week was the Hut transaction cards, highlighted by the 85 Bowen Byram and Jackson Blake. Taking a look at these, we've got the 85 Jackson Blake at 5'11", 178 with All-Star Quick Pick and Specialist Quick Release, 88 speed and excel with 90 agility. His shot is in the mid to high 80s, 91 deking. This is actually one of the best right-handed winger cards in the game with the 85 Jackson Blake. Bowen Byram, the 6'1", 205 left-handed defenseman, comes with All-Star Tape-to-Tape and Specialist Elite Edges. 89 speed, 88 excel, 87 agility, with 86 defensive awareness and 88 stick checking. A really good left-handed defenseman, and there are some line combo boosts that he fits into. Matt Dumba from the Penguins, at 6'1", 185, the right-handed defenseman comes with All-Star No Contest. 87 speed, 87 excel, and agility with 88 body checking, so a really strong Matt Dumba card. Gabe Vilardi, the right-handed center from the Winnipeg Jets, at 6'3", 216. He has All-Star Spark Plug, 84 skating, kind of middle-range stats, but Spark Plug and his size is pretty valuable. Jacob Dobesh from the Canadiens at 6'4", 215 with Specialist dialed in, has 86 speed and 76 aggression. Actually want to try this card out. Jeff Skinner from my Sharks at 5'11", 200 with Specialist Rocket at 87 speed, 88 excel, is definitely a viable skater. His shot is in the mid-80s. Obviously a pure left-handed winger, and again, fits that +8 AP line combo, being a Canadian and a Shark. Ivan Fedotov from the Columbus Blue Jackets with Specialist Sponge, 6'7", 84 speed, 78 aggression. A strong, early, cheaper goaltender option, potentially. And lastly, we've got the 80 overall Jack McBain at 6'4", 219 with Specialist Quick Draw, only 77 faceoffs, so not recommended here. Okay, now on top of that, we also had some other objectives that we can work towards. So on top of the Team of the Week objectives, you've got the weekly headliners, and they will give you a weekly headliners players pack, but you have to complete the 5 objectives and some of these are going to be kind of difficult simply because we don't have a ton of cards in our collection. So there is 40 passes with a Winnipeg Jet, 35 shots with the Shark, 20 hits with a Utah Mammoth, 10 assists with a Buffalo Sabre, and then 5 goals with a Montreal Canadian. This has to be done in ranked or cup chase, and obviously you're going to have to find some of these cards. When it comes to the Sharks, you could simply choose the Will Smith you get from the XP path if you want. It's going to be annoying doing all the shots with him, but it at least is a free option for you to complete that objective. I also want to note, alumni do not count in this, so don't go out and spend your coins trying to acquire any of these players that are alumni. They will not count. I would not put a major focus on getting all of this done, but what I would do is maybe just have an eye saving one card from every team. It looks like it's completely random in terms of the division and teams, so you might just want to have a player so that you can at least have a shot at getting these when they reset. So if you can complete this, awesome. If not, I wouldn't put a major focus on it early on. Also, just one other thing to point out, the Icon Joe Sakic, which was already one of the best cards in the game, it appears they bumped up his endurance to 82 overall, kind of like what they did with Solani. So it makes him even better. One of the best cards in the game for anyone that was looking to make an icon first. Joe Sakic is an extremely good option. All right, that was a long one. Expect normal content videos when the content is dropped. I was simply away at an event in DC. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed the content. Friday, we get our first new event drop with master set items for week 2 of the Check My Game event. I'll see you guys then. Have a good one.